What is going on, everyone? I was going to put the two championship games together in one video, and then the Rams-Saints game just finished, and it was entertaining as hell, as obviously an Eagles fan sitting on the couch. Oh, your team lost. You're watching from the couch. Ha, ha, ha. I get it. But, wow, that was very entertaining, and yeah, I mean, missed call. It's been a big problem throughout the entire NFL this season and in previous seasons, but the referees essentially, potentially, could have just taken away a Saints Super Bowl championship. Am I pissed about it? No, as a fan of the Eagles who just played the Saints and lost and had to hear Alvin Kamara and Mark Ingram, of course, I'm not devastated. But when you take a look at it without the hindsight, without the biased glasses on, it's disappointing. It's disappointing that we love this league and this game so much, and it is over and over and over again, consistently a problem that the referees are making horrendous decisions. And this isn't even one where it's bang, bang, it could have been one, it could have been the other. No, this was terrible. Clearly, Lewis got hit about 10 seconds before the ball was even close to him, which gave the Rams an opportunity, and they cashed in on it in overtime. Now, I want to take a look at both head coaches, because I thought both of them had a poor game. I did. Now, Sean McVay gets the benefit of the doubt because of the missed call and because they won. But when it was 20-17, they were down and had the ball at the 1-yard line right before the end zone. He kicks the field goal. And they tie the game up. But right there, in that spot, you're on the road. You're an away team on the road. You have a chance to take the lead with a little bit of time left, and you tie it up? No, put the pressure on the Saints. Go in there, swinging, throwing haymakers. You take the lead, or you attempt to. In worst case scenario, with 2 timeouts, you have the Saints pinned on their own 1 with that time left. It's a no-brainer. You go for it on 4th and 1. Now, because of the missed pass interference call, the Rams win, and people aren't going to look at that call, but that's a problem to me because you live and die by that all season long. You get to your chance, you get to your big moment with the best offense in the league, with the offensive guru, and you pull away from it. Now, they got lucky and won the game because of the missed pass interference. So, listen, it's going to get unnoticed. But that is a problem. Now, we go to Sean Payton. They make a big play happen. It's 20-20. They throw a bomb downfield. Drew Brees does. They're in position. Now they're working with time and clock management. You're trying to have the Rams use their timeouts. But what does he elect to do? Now it's a high percentage catch rate, but he throws the football. Drew Brees is a little low with the target, and it stops the clock. It stops the clock. Also, there were some 3rd down opportunities when Hill's in the game. It's 3rd down. Why isn't Drew Brees in the game? Now, they went for it on 4th anyway. It was 4-down territory in Sean Payton's mind, and they end up drawing the Rams' defense off sides as it is, so it didn't seem as terrible at the time. But Drew Brees is a Hall of Famer. Like, what? Why are we putting Hill in there? Hill's a great guy. He make plays happen and all that, but you know, Drew Brees on 3rd down. Drew Brees the whole game in an NFC Championship game. The Rams just went in there and won. And I'll tell you what, one thing that can't go unnoticed is the fact that this Rams defense, now this is before overtime, but this Rams defense, who isn't statistically phenomenal against the run, held the Saints offense, the Saints running game to 54 rushing yards before overtime. 54 yards total? For that set of backs? That's special. That's a tough thing to do. That is really remarkable out of the Rams defense. And you got to look at Goff, and Goff made plays because even to get into field goal territory after the interception, Goff was making plays happen where it looked like he was going to get sacked. He just throws it out real quick, gain of 6. It looked like he was getting pressured big time. Bang, gets it out, another gain. And the kicker now, 2 big field goals. So for the interception, Fowler gets pressure, hits Drew Brees, the ball is up in the air, bang, Johnson ends up getting the interception, puts the Rams in good territory. I know everyone wants to look at the bad pass interference call, which, I mean, you cannot deny it. It was bad. But there was a lot of game to be played. A lot of games. So you look at the Saints offensively, early, taking a big lead, getting good chances, feeling the crowd, but they weren't getting in the end zone. Field goal, not getting in the end zone. Now, they eventually do, and then to start the second half, they do again, but it's kind of ironic they were making fun of the Eagles for scoring big, getting a big-time lead, and then getting shut out for 3 quarters. They almost essentially did the same thing. I mean, they started out early, 13-0. They do get that second half, first drive touchdown, but other than that, nothing. Nothing really. A field goal late, but well, yeah, their offense kind of stopped. And you got to give credit to the Rams D. And I'll be honest, I don't even love the Rams D. I don't. I think Aqib Talib's a little overrated. Marcus Peters a little overrated. They play with this personality. They're big names. But the Rams brought it today. The Rams brought it, and they held that offense, the Saints offense, to just 23 points. Now, you can look at some teams who have been doing that. The Saints have not been the same powerhouse as they were when they played the Eagles and crushed them 48-7. Since that game, they dropped off points per game big time. I believe it went from like 37 to 22 in that range. So they have been slowed down. And the Rams did that. And they stopped the running game. And that is the big thing for me. Because when you look at that run game, you're making them one-dimensional. You're making the Saints one-dimensional. Now, granted, Drew Brees, you're making Drew Brees make all the plays, which is something that you would sit here and say, oh, I would take that any day. But it's hard when you don't really have a run game going. There was a time in this game, it was 3rd and 17. The Rams rushed 3 and dropped everyone else back. And Drew Brees had so much time and picked it apart. And he actually had made a bad throw, but the receiver was wide open. I'm thinking to myself, did you watch Jim Schwartz of the Eagles? You can't just do that. You can't just give Drew Brees time because he's going to make the plays happen. He had the play there. Just weirdly, oddly, Drew Brees missed his opportunity. He had a wide open receiver in the middle of the field. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. But that was just a wild and crazy game. It really was. And, you know, as a fan just sitting there and watching and not really having a tie to it, it was entertaining. It's sad to see a league that I love so much get just such brutal referees because, I mean, that's a no-brainer. It's a missed pass interference call. And in that opportunity, when that happened, that's a first down Saints. No timeouts left for the Rams. That seals the deal. That seals the deal, and they're going to play in the Super Bowl. But now you have the Rams. Now you have the Rams. And Sean McVay is going to get all this big praise, this offensive guru, and I'm just like, because of the PI, no one's going to remember him kicking the field goal instead of going for it. And, I mean, they won the football game. So how am I going to sit here and crush the guy for it? But in my opinion, that's the wrong thing to do. You're in the away building in that type of electric atmosphere, by the way. How loud was that? You have Goff going to his receivers on the right side of the field to go talk to him in his headset because he couldn't hear anything. You saw Sean McVay late in the game with a couple minutes left in the fourth say, you didn't hear me? You couldn't hear what I was saying? And Goff sitting there like patting his tail like, no, I can't hear you. This place was crazy. But in that time, man, you're in that building. Swing the haymakers. Try and take the lead. I just personally would have went a different way, but it's the Doug Peterson effect. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. That's what it is. It's the Doug P effect. So here we go. We have the Rams going in to the Super Bowl. And at this very moment, this is in between the two games, so we have the Pats and Chiefs kind of getting things going here. They have not started yet, but that's going to be awesome and just crazy. I mean, I realistically do believe, though, that I don't think both coaches had a great game, coaching-wise. And you look at the Saints, and yeah, they should have won the pass interference, but overall, after that hot start, did the Rams not kind of take control of the football game? And you're talking no Gurley. No Todd Gurley. There's something wrong with him, clearly, health-wise. Because he's not just sitting on the bench, you know, moving around, making sure his legs are fine, doing a lot of stretching, if he wasn't banged up. And I don't think he would be taking it very well that C.J. Anderson's getting all these snaps. Not that there's anything against him. He's been playing very well. But Todd Gurley, top 2, 3 in the league at the back position. Wild. Just wild. How about it? Let me know what you think down below. But that was crazy. we're going to be sitting down on the couch, relaxing, watching the next game, and we will be back with that game's recap after. See you guys next time.